a day yesterday, opening day. Josh Harrison, his first home swing was a home run. Garrett Cole was dealing. He got the victory. Pedro Alvarez hit the long ball late, as did Corey Hart. Mark Melancon got the final out thanks to a strikeout after giving up 3 runs. The Pirates held on for an exciting 5-4 victory over the Detroit Tigers. We welcome you back to PNC Park. It is opening week and it's opening night as the Pirates and Tigers meet in Game 2 of the series. Great game yesterday. Look for much of the same tonight as A.J. Burnett takes the hill. He's back in a Bucco uniform. Pitched a pretty good ball game against the Cincinnati Reds last week, Bob, and probably thinking more of the same tonight for A.J.
Oh, I'm sure he is. He loves pitching in this ballpark, and these fans love him. It's going to be pretty much a love fest out there tonight. They're going to go crazy in that first inning when they see Batman go out there and take that mound. And that first start, he went 5 1/3, but he pitched real strong through those first 5 innings. Kind of hit a little bit of a wall there in the 6th, though. I think tonight we're going to see him push that forward a little bit, get out there into the 7th, maybe in the 8th inning, I hope.
The Pirates are 20-11 at PNC Park when A.J. Burnett starts for them. And on the mound, A.J. Burnett, but at the plate, what a job Pedro Alvarez has done early on. It his 3rd home run in the early going of 2015. You really like what you see, don't you?
Absolutely. Late in spring training, he was really hammering the ball hard to that opposite field gap. We saw him do it out there on the road trip, hit a couple home runs that way, and it makes him really on time for the slow stuff, and that's what you saw right there. He hit that off-speed pitch, hold it for a home run.
What a nice addition Corey Hart has been early on. He's had some key pinch hits, and of course this one lines the home run over the left center field wall yesterday.
Absolute great addition for that. Have that power back coming off the bench, and of course he's going to do the same thing when he's starting. That also was an off-speed pitch that he hit out of the ballpark, and that wasn't any cheapie. That went out over the notch.
Pirates riding high at home. They won 51 games here last year, setting a PNC Park record, and they're off to a great start in 2015. They look to make it 2 straight at home. Coming up next.
Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. By Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
This Tigers-Pirates opening series is presented by Chevrolet. From PNC Park and along the banks of the Allegheny River, the Buccos and Tigers meeting in this opening interleague home series. And there is A.J. Burnett returning. Yep, Batman returns. He enjoyed a lot of success a couple of years and then signed on with the Phillies. Played with Philadelphia last year and then signed as a free agent to come back for what he says will be his final year in the major leagues to wear the black and gold, as A.J. Burnett takes the field for the first time here since he was matched up against his good buddy Jeff Locke July 6th of last year, and that really helped play a role in getting him back here. The Pirates decided to really honor Burnett with a video montage. He paused, looked up at the scoreboard to watch it for a couple of minutes before even throwing his warm-up pitches as a Philly, and that really touched him as you take a look at what he did in his first start of the year in Cincinnati. And as Bob said, really pitched well, and maybe that line not even indicative of how well he pitched.
I think that the thing, if you watched him last year, looked at his stats from last season, what jumps out at you right away is just one base on balls. That really was the problem for him last year with Philadelphia. He just didn't find the strike zone enough, and that made it tough for him. That drove that ERA up a little bit. But looked like after that first start, he was right back in the groove.
On to starting lineup he'll be facing. He's familiar with the Detroit Tigers with his time in the American League. Rajai Davis will lead things off, and Ian Kinsler and Miguel Cabrera. J.D. Martinez tied for first in the American League with 4 homers. The home run in the top of the 9th inning against Mark Melancon yesterday. Yoenis Cespedes is in left. Nick Castellanos hit into 2 big double plays yesterday. He's at third. Alex Avila behind the plate. Jose Iglesias and Shane Green. Rajai Davis, the former Pirate, will lead things off. Anthony Gose, left-handed hitting center fielder, was in the leadoff spot yesterday. But Rajai Davis will lead things off and play center field. The Pirates defense brought to you by Honda. Andrew McCutchen in center, and Gregory Polanco plays left field for the first time in his brief big league career. Corey Hart in right, Josh Harrison, Jordy Mercer on the left side of the infield, Neil Walker, Pedro Alvarez on the right side, and Francisco Cervelli catches A.J. Burnett. Gregory Polanco played only a handful of games in the minor leagues in left field, so this will be something to watch. Kind of a defensive play we see out of Gregory Polanco in left. Rajai Davis takes a strike. We're underway. Davis 1 for 8 with 4 walks. The first week plus of 2015. 1 ball and 1 strike. Still possesses excellent speed. Now 34 years old. And goes the other way, sending Hart back. Oh, nicely done. Hart quickly back. Makes the catch on the track. Rivers Casino tips to win. Well,
I like to see A.J. have that good control, but specifically of the curveball. That's one of his main weapons, is his main weapon against this lineup. You better have that going for you. And the Buccos, when they've played long ball, they got the ball over the fence. That's when this offense has clicked. Jay Hay started it off yesterday. First pitch he saw the ball game. Hit it out to right center field. Like to see more of that tonight. This offense, get the ball over the fence, have some nice quick strikes.
There's a liner toward left. There's Polanco, and there's what we're talking about. He's right there.
You know, Greg, when you think of the 2 players, Polanco and Marte, and without any other thought, of where they've played prior, it's more natural, really, that Polanco would be a left fielder. His glove side is to the foul line.
So a shot there.
And he has the speed, the running speed, to handle this big left field here. And Marte, whose glove side is the other way, he's got the big arm. He's one of the best throwing arms in baseball. And usually that's where you want that big arm, out in right field, so he can make that long throw to third. So that's kind of the natural type of, when you look at what they bring to the party, that's kind of where they should be playing if you want to think like that.
Ball one on Miguel Cabrera. Two 2-0. We saw Starling Marte on the bench the night off, but sporting that new look, shaved head, a little goatee, and there's a strike on Miguel Cabrera, who has been off to such a hot start. And here's Marte.
Another example of how meaningless spring training stats are. Marte just tore it up in spring and has now started the season in a pretty good slump.
Cabrera hits it hard the other way. Corey Hart playing Cabrera, a right-handed hitter, on the edge of the warning track. That just shows you how much respect, and it's right where he should be.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The legend continues. And he lifts it high and deep to right center field. Way back it goes. It is gone. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up.
Josh Harrison, what a swing he put on the first pitch in the bottom of the first yesterday. The Toyota starting lineup. Jay Hay will be followed by Gregory Polanco and Andrew McCutchen. Neil Walker hits cleanup, and it's Corey Hart, Pedro Alvarez, Francisco Cervelli, Jordy Mercer, and A.J. Burnett. Third career leadoff home run yesterday for Josh Harrison. And the first pitch from Shane Green is a strike. Oh, 0-2. Shane Green's second start as a Tiger. His first one was really good.
Last year as a rookie had more strikeouts than he had innings pitched. That's been a little problem of ours early on this season. So see if we can get him put in play most often tonight. That'll be a challenge.
Line drive to right field, and it looked for a moment like J.D. Martinez was too shallow, but got back.
Well, Harrison had that day off. He was in a slump like Marte, having some strikeout problems. And since that day off, he looks like a different hitter at the plate now. Hopefully the same thing will happen for Marte.
Remember last year he was slumping and sat for more than just one game, but that paid dividends. Gregory Polanco 1 for 4 yesterday. 7 hits in 27 early at bats. 1 walk. He has struck out 13 times in 27 ABs. Marte, 14 strikeouts in 26 at bats. Behind the plate, David Rackley. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, at first. Hunter Wendelstedt is at second base, and Bob Davidson at third. Fights this one off, but semi-line drive right at Kinsler. So 2 up and 2 down. Shane Green, 9th round pick in 2009 by the New York Yankees, will face Andrew McCutchen. It was 1 for 3. He drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning yesterday.
Watching Green throw the first 2 guys, especially Polanco, he really has an idea about setting up certain pitches. They set up that pitch, they get the little jam shot on, and that's only part of it too, setting up a certain pitch, and then you have to execute when you think it's available to you. You try to go inside on the hands, you got to get it in there.
Fly ball to Rajai Davis in right center. The right fielder Martinez will make the catch. 8 pitches. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. We played 1. It's 0-0.
Is brought to you by the Chevy Malibu and your Western PA Chevy dealers. By Fridays, Happy Friday. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
0-0. On to the 2nd inning in Pittsburgh. The Pirates and the Tigers. Second home game of the year for Pittsburgh. And as Miguel Cabrera came off the field, he was not real happy. He's trying to get his teammates motivated.
That's what it looks like. He's trying to get the troops fired up a little bit.
J.D. Martinez will lead things off. Martinez, opposite field home run in the 9th inning yesterday, giving him 4 on the year.
Cabrera not liking the fact that they lost a game already. He wants to nip that stuff in the bud.
Yeah. Cervelli sets up outside. It's a shot right to the second baseman, Neil Walker. That played perfectly. So far, the Pirates have been positioned perfectly 4 batters into the game.
Yeah. The outfielder's on the track. Cabrera is up there. Good spot for him. Especially in right field. Not very far out to that Clemente wall anyway. But that is It's so important nowadays in baseball. Everybody talks about it. The positioning is everything. You shift on almost every player, even right-handers. You used to never see shifts on right-handers.
Neil Walker, you see over there.
Looking at one right there.
Moving over to the left side of the bag. A strike is called on Yoenis Cespedes. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's opener. Very gaudy numbers for just about everybody in this Tigers lineup. Ball, one strike. It's a long ways away, but it's not crazy to think that these two teams could meet in October. Garrett Cole, great job yesterday. Fred Hurdle was talking at length today about a classic matchup between Cole and Cabrera that ended with a strikeout of Cabrera in the 4th inning. Brad Ausmus in his 2nd year as Tigers skipper took over for Jim Leyland. And down on strikes goes Cespedes. Two up and two down.
Real good spot for I talked about the command of the curveball. You get into that strikeout situation. That's where you want to put it. Not so far, out in front. You don't want it bouncing up by the plate. They're not going to chase that, but get it back there where it's going to maybe hit the dirt just as it gets to the glove. You're going to get some swings on that, especially when you're throwing that hook at 83. That's still a pretty hard curveball, especially when you think about AJ being up there a little bit.
Broken bat over the head of Neil Walker. 2-out single for Castellanos. And Burnett now 22 strikeouts away from becoming the 41st pitcher in Major League history with 2,400 punch-outs. Alex Avila comes to the plate.
Now those are all ground balls. That's where he hits the ground balls. And now look where the Pirates play him. They move everybody over. And yesterday hit a ground ball right there where you see Walker. Hit a ball right to him. But that's what what you're looking at when and that's why you play the shifts. They look where does the players hit all their ground balls? Well, they pull it.
Strike is called. Now Mercer will go back now after one pitch just in case Avila would think about a bunt. So I saw on that spray chart there he is now, where he has hit some of those ground balls. That first pitch you're thinking, what's he doing there? He never hits a ground ball there. 0-2.
Well, there were a couple of ground balls right down the line. This was yesterday. Same chart, and you can see where Walker is. And what's he do? He puts the ball on the ground. Walker makes the easy play of it. Now, you don't necessarily have to play out on the grass. You can still play way to pull and be on the dirt. But if you have somebody that doesn't run very fast, obviously the deeper you get a little bit more range going side to side. And if there's a humpback liner out there, if you're in on the dirt, that might be over your head. You might be able to take away a little base hit that way.
Pirates have been one of the more aggressive shifting teams in baseball. AJ Burnett wasn't real happy with one of the shifts a couple years ago, but then going to Philadelphia, realizing he kind of likes the way the Pirates move the infielders. Didn't miss by much. Burnett, you see his reaction, thought he had him.
Very close, just a little bit off the plate inside. Definitely called it a strike.
Line foul past third base coach Dave Clark.
Maybe trying to go down that line. We did see a few balls just right down the chalk line.
There's Clarkey, former Pirate, and one of the all-time great shortstops in the history of the game are Marv Vizquel. Vizquel, all-time fielding percentage leader at short in Major League history. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Avila. 2 outs. Blocked by Cervelli. 2-2. Cervelli and Burnett are matched up for the first time since June 13, 2011 as battery mates.
Nice job, Cervelli, getting out there, taking that ball right up on the chest protector. Doesn't roll anywhere. Firing off in either direction.
Former Yankee teammates.
Want that ball to hit something soft. So just stays right there. Control the rebound.
2-2. Bounced to Alvarez right there. Avila pulls it to the first baseman. It's 0-0 after 1.5. From Madison Square Garden in Game 1 of their opening round of the playoffs this Thursday starting at 6 with a special 1-hour pregame on Root Sports. Off day Thursday for the Pirates. Bucks will take on these Tigers in the concluding game of the series tomorrow night, and then after the off day Thursday, back at it with the Brewers on Friday night. Strike on Neil Walker. Walker 1 for 4 yesterday. Parrott sporting the alternate black jersey top. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 2-1 on Walker. Corey Hart next.
Pretty much would have put money we were going to wear the black tops tonight.
Yeah.
AJ's
it's his favorite.
Comeback night.
Yep.
He loves the black uniform.
That's out of play. Shane Green was a 9th round pick of the Yankees in 2009. His college career started at the University of West Florida in 2008. As a freshman, he had a 7.71 ERA, blew out his arm, had Tommy John surgery, lost his scholarship, transferred to Daytona Beach Community College while he was rehabbing his elbow. And the story goes he gained several miles per hour on the fastball. usually high 80s, maybe 89, and that was before the surgery, and velocity up to 93, 94.
We've seen that happen a couple of times with guys at the major league level where they're as good as new, but maybe even better as far as the velocity.
Jeff Jones is the pitching coach. And a good one for the Tigers. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Walker. Hits this well the other way. Cespedes back a few steps. 4 outs early going against Shane Green via the air. Cespedes makes that catch.
Big left field here. Tough to go option field for a lefty.
Cespedes. We've seen him show off that great arm overhand and tosses that one underhand. His first year with the Tigers.
A dual threat.
Yeah. He's traded
fastball over the top. And also go do some work on the softball diamond, it looks like.
Ball 1 on Corey Hart. Cespedes traded over for Rick Porcello from Boston. And Green, in fact, has drawn some comparisons to Rick Porcello. 2-0. Corey Hart, line drive pinch hit home run yesterday. Chops this toward third. Castellanos brings out Corey Hart. And that's usually Shane Green's game, getting a lot of the ground ball outs. Follow the Pirates all season in 2015 with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. There is former Pirate skipper and Tigers manager Jim Leyland next to his wife Katie, still working with the Tigers organization.
Some good seats tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Right behind home plate.
Up the middle. Diving stop by Iglesias. Gets off a throw from his back, but Alvarez has the infield single.
It was almost like he was throwing a hand grenade, but it actually looked like it had a little something on there. Got over to first base on 1 hop. Way too late, but still,
pretty impressive.
I didn't think he'd get anything on that throw.
It's a Cespedes throw. Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Iglesias gets off that throw.
Right on line with the back, too. Impressive.
Slick fielding shortstop Jose Iglesias. And here is Francisco Cervelli. 6 hits and 17 Pirate at bats. That's a .353 average. 1 out of 4 yesterday. A little exaggerated jump out of the way by Cervelli.
Probably could feel the wind on his forearm as that ball cruised by. Very close.
We're talking with Pirates reliever Jared Hughes today about Francisco Cervelli, raving about how this guy is full of energy and spark to this team. He says he's the life of our team right now. Positive emotions. So we feed off of it. 2-0.
Well, that was one of the things that was so valuable about Russell Martin. The other stuff that he brought to the clubhouse and the dugout, the emotion and the drive to win.
The Pirates bullpen.
Cervelli also a very high energy guy.
Ground ball third. Castellanos. Second for the force. 2 innings complete at PNC Park. Scoreless ball game.
I'm Robbie Smikowski. A.J. Burnett, of course, has a lot of victories on the field and with his teammates, but last week he had a big win outside the lines, and Neil Walker tells the story from last week in Cincinnati.
Little things like last week when we played a rain delay game the day before he throws a 12:35 game. He stayed at the ballpark until 2:30 in the morning. So not many people know that. And most guys, when it gets like that and they're throwing the next day of the day game, they're gone. He was in the clubhouse at 3 o'clock in the morning, went home, got a couple hours rest, came back, pitched, and then had a rain delay, and then came back. So you tell me what we what the players must think about a guy like that at that age throwing at this level.
And that's kind of example that A.J. sets, and a lot of reasons why guys love playing with him. And Greg and Bob, he was given the option to go home by manager Clint Hurdle, and his answer to Clint was, hey, if I go back to the hotel, I'm just going to watch the rest of the game on television anyway, so might as well stay here and do it, and really endeared himself quite a bit to that man and his other teammates.
All right, Robbie, thank you. As A.J. Burnett delivers to Jose Iglesias, and it's fouled off 0-2.
Well, I think, Greg, that we really know that A.J. truly does love being a Pittsburgh Pirate. I think he regrets ever leaving and going to Philadelphia, even for that 1 year. And, he's back where he knows he belongs, and he's in that clubhouse where around the guys that he wants to be with. And, I'm not surprised to hear that he didn't leave.
A.J. Burnett can rub some people the wrong way outside the clubhouse, and it's just his personality, but you might be getting him at a bad time. He is so into his team and his teammates. That is all that matters to A.J. Burnett. And anything else outside the Pirates and winning ball games, he doesn't want anything to do with you. It's just so important to him to win.
He is a huge competitor and very loyal to those other guys.
Pedro Alvarez on the first. Alvarez slowly but surely seems to be figuring out some of the nuances of that area over at first base. Backs up on that last hop.
There's no reason why Pedro won't be a very good defensive first baseman. We saw him do a lot of great things over at third before the throwing stuff cropped up. Good hands over there. One of the best guys I've ever seen at third, going after those pop flies down the line. Very aggressive. Challenge that railing a lot. I think once he gets more experience over there in a couple of months, it'll look like he's been there his whole life.
Shane Green, the pitcher. A couple of strikes. It's one of the big advantages National League clubs have over the American League teams, who are forced to have their pitchers hit instead of the DH. So you get essentially Shane Green instead of Victor Martinez.
Well, the American League teams that designate hitters is another position that they have they have signed a guy just to fill that position. And so they're used to having him.
The Pirates are 11-3 against the Tigers here at PNC Park. They're 2-8 at Comerica in Detroit. Strike three.
And years past, it was a big disadvantage every time we went to play an American League team. Our bench was never really all that strong, so when we needed a DH, it certainly wasn't somebody that matched up to a guy that was nothing but a DH on the other club, who was very good at what he did. A lot of times we're taking some young guy that's fresh out of AAA and putting him in that role. Now it won't be, I think, as bad because the bench is much deeper. You got some veterans now down on that Pirate bench. Guys like Corey Hart, who's out in right field tonight. And there's some answers now to that DH question when you go and you play in the American League.
Two outs. 0-1 count on Rajai Davis, with the ball to the warning track in right field to Corey Hart, his first time up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jung Ho Gung, Sean Rodriguez on the bench.
Lambo down there also.
2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The count on Rajai Davis. 2 outs. Jammed him. Harrison knew he had to be flawless with that play with the speed of Rajai Davis. And even if he comes up with it cleanly, it would have been at best a bang-bang play. Field hit.
A lot of luck in this game. AJ makes the perfect pitch. The fastball right on his hands. Takes all the sting out of the bat, and it still goes as a base hit because it's a slow roller hitting the one place in the infield. Nobody can make that play. Game of baseball. There's a lot of luck involved in those base hits.
Davis with 3 steals already. 3 attempts. You know all about A.J. Burnett's problems with containing the running game. Very slow to the plate.
RJ got the oven mitt on.
Well, they've got him picked off, and they record the out. Take that.
A little smile as he walks off.
Rajai Davis is picked off. He was going. The right call by the Bucks. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Jordy Mercer, then A.J. Burnett. Rajai Davis picked off first to end the top of the 3rd.
A.J. has a pretty good move. He might be a little slow to the plate, but he's got a real quick move to first base. But that's not really what got Davis. Davis was breaking early. You could see he made a big move towards second before A.J. even threw over to first base. He was trying to cheat a little bit, leave early, trying to get that huge jump.
Now with the 3rd baseman back, Burnett. Mercer trying to bunt for a hit so that Burnett could try and sacrifice him as you take another look at the pickoff.
It was pretty much at the same time AJ was starting to make that move, but it was like Davis was running on first move like there was a left-hander on the mound.
For the end of the bat, Mercer trying to beat it out. He'll be retired. Avila to Cabrera.
Always a tough throw, being off balance like that for those catchers. Having to run out and get that little roller going down the first baseline. Then they got to also worry about hitting the runner.
A.J. Burnett 113 career batting average.
A nice hand just coming to the plate. The fans are just absolutely thrilled that AJ is back as a Pirate.
Ball, one strike.
Greg, we talked a lot about it in spring training, but now that I've seen him under the lights and everything, I am really liking the new helmets.
Yeah.
The flat black paint job on them really looks sharp this year.
The players seem to like it. Pirates and the Diamondbacks, two teams that went to that new matted look. Shane Green strikes out Burnett, looking for a strikeout. Downstairs to Robbie and Smikowski.
Well, you mentioned the helmets and you wonder why they changed. Well, this past winter, Rawlings is the helmet maker. They went to equipment manager Scott Burnett and asked him if he'd be interested, as they did with each equipment guy in baseball. Now, Bones, as he's referred, took the idea to Neil Huntington and President Frank Coonelly to see what they thought. They said go for it. And as you mentioned, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the only team using him. And Bones said, hey, it's a new trend. Plus, we're Pirates. We're not supposed to have shine on our helmets. So I think it's been a good review so far on the new helmets, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Bones. One on Josh Harrison, who lined out to right field his first time up. And just as that pitch was being delivered, or as Green was going into the motion, Harrison saw the third baseman Castellanos backpedal off the edge of the grass, and he tries to bunt his way on. Fouled it off 0-2.
If he would have got that one down and had the easy hit, way back in the dirt. You know, Greg, I like having a little different look than the other teams too. Going back to that helmet thing, it wasn't all that many years ago where teams, everybody didn't have the uniforms made by the same company or hats. All that stuff was different, and the teams did kind of have their own identity at times. So having a little different look with the helmets, I think is a great idea.
Now ball left side. Castellanos, a little interference there. I don't know if that would have mattered for Iglesias. It'll be an infield hit for Harrison. Castellanos trying to veer off. 2-out single.
Yeah, another pretty darn good play. Jay Hay, really quick runner going down the line. That's a quick. And now Cabrera, after the call was made, he looked over to the dugout like,
yeah, that's
make sure you guys take a look at that now. They are waiting. They're looking at it over there. Green is not going onto the mound. And in their decision, it's not worth another look.
So Gregory Polanco will bat with Harrison on.
Now they have to be concerned with Jay Hay trying to get himself into scoring position with 2 outs. Jay Hay loves to run.
Ball one on Polanco.
Tough to run when Green's going to get the ball home like that. 0 leg kick. He just lifted his cleats out of the dirt, shuffled toward the plate and threw the ball.
Green made 15 appearances with the Yankees last year, 14 starts. His first taste of the big leagues last year. There goes Harrison. He's fouled off, 1-1.
If Polanco gets a little more experience, he'll, especially with 2 outs, with a fast guy on, he'll give if whoever it might be, could be Marte, could be whoever, McCutcheon, he'll let him run a little bit. Take a pitch. He'd much rather hit with a guy on second with 2 outs than a guy on first. He had a 1-0 count. You could afford to take a pitch in that spot. And it looked like J.A. had a pretty good jump, even though there's not much of a leg kick.
Left side, there's Iglesias with a backhand. Slick fielding shortstop, Jose Iglesias retires Gregory Polanco. 0-0 through 3. Carted off there, you saw holding his jaw. Carlos Carrasco, one of the better pitchers in baseball. In fact, the last time that A.J. Burnett and Francisco Cervelli were matched up, we mentioned June 13th, 2011. It was against the Cleveland Indians, and Carlos Carrasco outdueled Burnett in a 1-0 final. Brad Ausmus, between innings, went out to talk with Jerry Lane.
I wonder if this was about how much time he had to make his decision.
That's what I'm wondering.
Challenge or not. I mean, what else could you be talking about? And I think it was so close at first base, they were probably trying to get some different looks. And I don't know, exactly, to the second how long they have to make a decision whether they challenge or not. But I'll bet you Lane probably said, "Hey, that's long enough. Let's go make a decision."
1 ball, 2 strikes on Kinsler.
Now, I guess there's nothing that says the manager can't go out on the field anymore.
Yep. We saw Clint Hurdle do that the other day, take a couple steps out of the dugout. He went, says the home plate umpire, David Rackley.
There's always a way to stall for time. Tony La Russa. We're going to see that pitch in the dirt again. There was times where Tony La Russa would want to make a pitching change. His guy wasn't ready. He'd call for 3 or 4 pickoff throws.
Yep.
pickoff throws, 3 or 4. He'd call him from the bench and then go take the pitcher out. You know, there's always a way to get something done when it comes to trying to stall a game a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know why there's always this worry that a guy's not warmed up enough. It should never happen. A guy should never come in cold because there's always way to have the catcher go out and talk to the pitcher 10 times.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it would be 10 times.
6. 0-1 the count on Miguel Cabrera, who hit a ball to the warning track in right field his first time up. Pops this one out of play. Cabrera 5 for 24 lifetime against A.J. Burnett. A 200 average. And off to quite a start this season. One and 2 on Miguel Cabrera. Back-to-back MVPs, Triple Crown winner.
Can't believe anybody has much better success than that. 208 batting average. Knock on wood. Okay. We're good now.
Still 1 and 2, and hard to believe he's just 31 years old. 8th year with the Tigers. Came up with the Marlins. And the former Marlin A.J. Burnett facing Cabrera. Got him. That's 4 strikeouts. And fans didn't like that reaction.
Did Cabrera knock the ball out of Cervelli's hand when he went to tag him?
Looked like it.
I think that's what they were doing. And I don't know if that happened or not, but I saw the ball go flying. Let's see what happens, right? Oh, yeah.
Slapped it down out of his hand.
That's what they were doing.
Just trying to tag him.
Yeah, because he dropped the ball on the 3rd strike.
I guess Mickey's not real happy. He didn't like that one loss.
In a bad move.
Yeah. Came in to this series undefeated, 6-0. They lost yesterday. Strike called on J.D. Martinez. We have a shout out to James Lachima Sr. out in a rehab center in Coriopolis, recovering from a recent fall and a neck injury. His son Jim does some fine writing for the Pirates publications. And also a shout out to Fred Iridi Sr., who's watching tonight from AGH. Fred, we're thinking about you. Fred Iridi Sr. Hope the Buccos get you a win. 2-2.
Just got that curveball snapping tonight, doesn't he? 84 miles an hour. That's good speed for that hook. Ray Searage looking on. I like what he sees.
Full count on Martinez.
Curveball. Go fastball away.
Well, we'll see. After that fastball was fouled off to the right. So now they want to try and go after J.D. Martinez on this 3-2 count. Line toward right center field. Cuts it over to cut it off.
Good job sealing off that gap.
The ball, when it started out, looked like it was headed toward the wall in right center.
Martinez probably thought he had extra bases as he hit that one hard into that gap. Reception said no. Good break. closed it down. Here you can watch him out there. Got that well before the track.
J.D. Martinez with a base hit, his first in 12 career at bats against A.J. Burnett. Was 0 for 11 before that hit. Now Yoenis Cespedes.
Should have hooked him on.
Yeah. Cespedes struck out his first time up. Ball 1. It's in the air the other way. Corey Hart is over and off the top of the wall. Hart going to try and get it in as quickly as possible. And a double for Cespedes. Second and third.
Ball just looked like it was going to keep slicing. I really thought this was going to go foul, Greg. It just hung right there. Thank goodness it didn't have a lot of distance on it. Just 320 down that line. Like Corey Hart doing a nice job getting that ball immediately back into the infield.
Nick Castellanos had a broken bat single in the second. And Tigers threatening here with 2 outs in the fourth. Ball 1. Burnett making his 406th career start, his 12th against Detroit. He's 6-2 lifetime against the Tigers, despite an ERA over 5 versus Detroit. Castellanos 1 for 4 last night.
I think AJ might have wanted to rethink a pitcher or something. Got up in that stretch, decided to step out.
And now Cervelli and Burnett want to talk it over. Go back to this double by Cespedes off the wall and right.
You can really watch the runner and get a feel for what's going on. And normally a high fly ball with 2 outs, because the runner is supposed to be, off at the crack of the bat. He's going to score, but again, Hart did a nice job getting it in, and I'm not sure exactly if Martinez was really chugging real hard in the beginning. I wonder if he thought that was a foul ball also.
1-0 pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. And again, they talk. These two go back to their Yankee days. Cervelli catching A.J. Burnett for the 28th time in his career.
A.J.'s really been trying to work away to all these hitters with the fastball. A couple of lefties he's tried to get in on, but for the most part, he's just staying away.
Let's see if we can take a look, find out what's J.D. Martinez really off and running hard. Well,
now is see him trying to pick it up as he was about halfway to third.
Yeah,
tried to grab another gear. Not that he was, dogging it by any means, but I just don't think he was really going as hard as he could.
You could see he did have another gear.
Yeah, so. He could have ran a little faster. Yeah. And his line looked like he was going straight towards second base instead of, going out a little bit so he can kind of round the bag off.
Now the fans trying to help A.J. Burnett out here.
Clarky was telling Cespedes that, hey, it's 2 outs. You're going to score if there's a base hit. Get a good jump.
2-2. Got him. Oh, look at Burnett. Fired up, so is this crowd. Enjoying the return of A.J. Burnett. Maybe even more so if he needs any more motivation. That act by Miguel Cabrera, slapping the ball out of Cervelli's hand. The two, Cervelli and Burnett, could be seen talking about that when they went back to the dugout. Oh, as we say, Burnett doesn't necessarily need any extra motivation. Maybe he has some tonight after that incident. One ball, one strike.
I think all the motivation there was falling behind 2-0. A couple guys in scoring position in a big game here, and coming back and getting the out and getting it as a strikeout. Another swing and miss on a curveball. That really got him pumped up. You know, we saw a situation yesterday where when Hughes came in and got out of a jam that really pumped up, I thought, the offense. Well, hopefully that'll work here.
Andrew McCutchen fly to right his first time up against Shane Green. Two and two. McCutchen, Walker, and Hart. And right back to the mound for the first out. Again, when Burnett and Cervelli came back after that strikeout. Watch two of them talking.
It looked like they were talking about the height of a pitch. You saw AJ working his hand up and down like he was wanting to throw something upstairs, and he got it down a little bit.
Neil Walker.
That's what most of those conversations are about, location of pitches.
Earlier, we could see the two of them talking, and you see Cervelli reenact Cabrera slapping the ball out of his hand. Want to know the count on Walker? Makes this hard the other way. And it's 1-1. Right there. Francisco Cervelli, he is, as advertised, animated, Fiery.
It's like a guy you'd like to have as a teammate.
Yep. And that guy too.
I'd like to have
no matter what, yeah, no matter what he does, slapping the ball out of a hand or not. Take that bat. And right to Cabrera on one hop. Shane Green has allowed 2 infield singles so far. Zambelli fireworks coming up after the Pirates take on the Brewers. First pitch 7:05 after the game. A great Zambelli fireworks show courtesy of First Energy Solutions. Plus, every Saturday is an Eaton Park Scratch and Win Saturday. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. Middle game of that 3-game series between the Pirates and the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's Corey Hart.
Pull that breaking ball, ran out of bat. That's about the spot of that pitch that he hit out of the ballpark yesterday's game. Slider on the outside half. Real good extension of long arms of his. That one was a little further away.
Pirates saw Shane Green this spring. He pitched 3 2/3 innings against the Pirates. And yes, says the home plate umpire, much to Hart's dismay. The Pirates go down in order. 0-0 ball game. Pirates Reds combined to hit 10 homers. A great American ballpark. A great American ballpark record. Neil Walker, Gabby Sanchez go back-to-back twice. Travis Snyder, Starling Marte each homer. The game was suspended and picked up the following day. Russell Martin, the RBI single, proved to be the game winner. Wild, wet, long couple of days. Last year, this day, or days in Pirates history. Also on this date, I know he doesn't like to talk about it, but since the scoreboard made a big deal out of it, and we talk about it we do it every year, so why not make it an annual thing? You hate it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, first 10, 12 years it was pretty...
Well, I know how important it was to you, because where's the baseball? The best story about it is not that you did hit a home run on this day. And the best part about it is, didn't you get the baseball back?
Oh, I got the baseball.
And what'd you do with the baseball?
Everybody does when they hit them.
Yeah, what'd you do with the baseball?
I have no idea.
That's the best thing.
It's probably in a box in the attic.
Actually, no.
Sure, it's around
Isn't the best part of that the story?
The video.
The video. Explain that.
Now that I have to find.
Oh.
And it's got to be also in a box somewhere.
But the story goes.
Well, for years we didn't necessarily have, the video capabilities you have nowadays.
Yeah.
So my oldest son, very small at that time, was at a birthday party of one of the kids in the neighborhood. And the dad with one of those big things you had on your shoulder to do the video with the big, what do you call those, VCR tapes, big ones. He was videoing the kids that are doing presents and stuff like that, and you can hear the game on the audio. Background. And then the dad swings to the TV.
Diving try, actually better than Alvarez missed it. Walker's right there.
Worked out good. So the dad swings to the TV and says, "Hey, Tommy, look, your dad's hitting." And he zooms right onto the TV. At that moment, I hit the home run.
That's incredible. You've got to get that videotape.
Yeah,
You've got to play that. That's the greatest story of all time.
But that was my only look at it for a long, long time until
your dad said. And was there a great reaction from the birthday party?
I can't remember. No. I mean, the kids probably they were doing something. They didn't care.
Okay. Dad hit a home run at Wrigley. Let's move on. Back to the presents and the cake. It was on this date in 1991 that Bob hit the home run at Wrigley Field.
My other memory was that was my only at bat. It was not a good game.
Oh.
Neither I nor Danny Jackson were around very long in that one.
Jose Iglesias takes a strike. Two. Iglesias 0 for 3, but came in batting .455 the early going of this season. Checks. 1-2.
You know, Greg, I don't know where that ball is, but I do know where the bat is. The bat is leaning up behind the closet door in our bedroom.
Still
to this day.
Now, you can at least bring that in, couldn't you?
I'm not bringing anything.
That would have been so great, perfect to have on the anniversary to show that.
Do you think I knew today when I woke up, hey, I hit a home run so many years ago?
Well,
I have no idea.
All right, well, we talk about it at least early April. You could just bring the bat, the first homestand every year. So when we go through this story and get that videotape, we'll have it all.
All right.
Another 1-2 to Iglesias. Toward Harrison, hugging the line. Fair ball. Harrison felt like he had a better chance of the ball going foul than picking it up and throwing out Iglesias.
He may have made the right decision there. Iglesias going down the line, and you saw how deep J-Hay was playing. Thought, well, maybe, and it was close. Just caught the very back edge of the bag.
Shane Green will try and sacrifice.
Oh, well, Iglesias maybe no, not a sacrifice situation. I was trying to get to. We finally found out what they were talking about out there with the umpires. Something about AJ's move to first base when Davis took off that they didn't like. Thought that it was some type of a balk, and that's why Davis broke.
Gets it down, but foul.
Now, see if we can see anything that he did that would be illegal that made Davis think he was going home. Yeah, I saw it. Did you see it, Greg?
Yeah, I did. You know why, Osmus?
That was a good move.
Yeah. That's why Osmus was out talking to Jerry Lane an inning later, between innings. 1-2. Runner goes for first. It's going to be a strikeout and a throw down late. So they steal second. And a strikeout. Stays for Iglesias, brings up Rajai Davis.
Yeah, Green didn't do him any favors, did he? As far as ducking, trying to clear a path for a throw.
It's the 11th stolen base by the Tigers this season, which matches the Cincinnati Reds for the Major League lead. 11 steals for the team. On Rajai Davis. Towards second. Where Walker had him shaded. A.J. Burnett. 5 zeros on the board. It's a real good look at the new addition, one of the new additions this year to PNC Park. The railings in the back in front of the Hall of Fame club as Pedro Alvarez lifts one to center. First pitch swinging. Rajai Davis. One out. You and I were talking about this on the radio side, Bob, that how do you improve on what we believe to be the best, most beautiful ballpark in the country? Well,
it's
maybe
tough
they
to
do.
It's tough to do, and it's probably never going to be any kind of a big thing. It's going to be just little tiny changes, and putting that area in.
There's that little group area.
That's another one there that where they actually have some couches out there and like a porch patio area that you can basically rent for the game.
I think they sold that thing out in a couple of days for the whole year. All 81 games. A group outing out there. Here's Cervelli.
But there was always this empty space in between the top of the left field bleachers and the Hall of Fame club, kind of almost like a moat. So they can't come together. And now they've filled it in with these this great place to sit, or not sit, but stand, and where they have like a little railing bar type area there in front of you. You put a drink on.
Brown single to left for Francisco Cervelli. Well, opportunities for you to come out and see PNC Park and the Pirates. Tomorrow night, finale of the series. Then Friday night, a free shirt Friday. Mark Melanson t-shirts given away to the first 20,000 fans. For more information, go to pirates.com/free shirt Friday. The Buccos and the Brewers. 7:05 first pitch. That's brought to you by Point Park University. And now they're chuckling. Cervelli and Miguel Cabrera. Big at bat here for Jordy Mercer in a scoreless game with 1 out, and A.J. Burnett on deck. Mercer wants to get on and give Burnett an opportunity to move them up at the very least. Chopper foul. Meanwhile, Shane Green pitching really strong baseball in his first 2 starts of the year. Gave up 1 unearned run in his start Thursday against the Twins at Comerica. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 unearned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
One of the things that I thought was a key to the game was, can we continue to play the long ball game and get some balls over the fence? Have we even hit a deep fly yet off Green? I mean, he is really doing a great job to this point. I mean, still very early. He's only pitched 4 innings.
And there's a double play ball.
Wow.
Well, Shane Green almost out of nowhere, being drafted by the Yankees in 2009.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, Health for All, and by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin Furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Still 0-0 to the 6th inning. Tigers Pirates. A.J. Burnett for the Bucks against Shane Green, who gets this double play ball. The bat of Jordy Mercer, the Chick-fil-A double play right to Iglesias. Right there to Kinsler.
Just a perfect feed. It was kind of a room service double play, though, to be honest with you. Firm ground ball. Wasn't a whole lot to that.
Here's an important part of the ball game, of course, scoreless, but you're facing the 2, 3, 4 hitters in this potent lineup. Kinsler, Cabrera, J.D. Martinez. Kinsler has lined out to left and struck out against Burnett. Strike 1.
And this was the inning where they started to get to him, wasn't it? The first start, the 6th.
And Cincinnati. Burnett had pitched 5 1/3 innings against the Reds last Thursday afternoon. Gave up a leadoff hit, then a fielder's choice, and Joey Votto hit the home run. That tied the game at 2, and that was it for A.J. Burnett.
A.J. would, and the Pirates would love for him to at least get through the 6th inning, though. His spot's leading off next inning. Give them the option of maybe going with a regular player in that leadoff spot. decide that 6 is enough. I haven't thrown that many pitches, though. Actually, I think just number 76. Yep, 76 pitches.
He is wanting that call. Cervelli asking David Rackley about it.
Just nips the top of the strike zone. But he didn't get the call.
So toward right center field goes Kinsler, and over there to make the play is Corey Hart. Big first out for Burnett. Falling behind Kinsler 3-1. There's a tweet courtesy of Point Park University. Is your preparation affected by playing interleague games this early in the season? Hashtag Bucks Booth to get a question or comment. It's from Pittsburgh 9653.
I don't think so. You're not going to do anything, different. As say, AJ. I'm sure he did the same thing today, getting ready for this start, whether it was the Tigers or the New York Mets.
Oh, kind of a 3/4 swing and a base hit to right. Soft serve into right field.
It's something that everybody's going to have to get used to, the interleague play, because there's someone playing interleague play this early in the season, because there's somebody every night now. Somebody's got to do it.
Now, Burnett would like to get a ground ball off the bat of Martinez, who bounced to second his first time up and signaled to right center field his last at bat.
It wasn't his last at bat where they kept going with fastballs away. And that's when he ended up hitting that one hard to right field.
Yep.
They start him off with the first pitch here as a hook.
38-year-old A.J. Burnett.
That
was a strike.
Came in just far enough.
Blocked by Cervelli.
This time they decided to stay with the curveball, and AJ tried to really bury one and just do it too far away to get any kind of a check swing on it. Great job by Cervelli keeping that ball in front.
There's Tony Sanchez, backup catcher for now.
Oh,
strike 3 call.
At first I didn't know if he was going to give it to him. That was a great pitcher's pitch.
7th strikeout for A.J. Burnett.
Look where the glove is. Pow, right there. Nice job. It just
nice little job by Cervelli, too. You see, Cervelli, it's so important when it comes to teams like the Pirates. They go out and get guys like Cervelli.
Great 2-strike pitch. A little bit of movement on that fastball, too. Looked like it really stayed out there a couple inches and then came back right to the black.
Cespedes bounces this ball foul to the left. One on Cespedes. Struck out and doubled to right, off the wall and right. Oh, 2.
That has been the pitch tonight. The swing and miss on the curveball.
So let's see if they go back to it to try and get Cespedes to chase. Cervelli wants it in the dirt.
Hey, the dirt's good, but these last couple 0-2 curveballs he's thrown way outside off the plate. To get that check swing, he's going to have to bring that a little closer. Still bounce it. I understand that, but if those last two been out there in that left-hand hitter's batter's box, Cervelli's really had to go after him to go for that block. Go for the fastball away again. Can he make that same pitch? I lost it upstairs. Has he come in with a fastball inside the right-hander all night?
I don't think so.
Really staying away from these guys.
Yep. And again away. And a fly ball to right. You look at A.J. Burnett's 2 starts, his return to the Pirates, and his first game back at home in black and gold. He has done quite a job. Here's Joe Nathan, went on the disabled list with a right flexor strain after pitching a third of an inning opening day. He could start throwing as early as next week, but the Tigers have not set a timetable for his return. Joe Nathan with 377 career saves.
AJ's leading off. On that shutout.
Bounces this ball to deep short. There's Iglesias on the move. And Iglesias throws a strike to Cabrera.
Man. That looked like a base hit off the bat. I don't know how accurate his throws are, these off-balance tosses he's making.
Iglesias did not play because of some leg injuries last year. Ball one on Josh Harrison, who's lined out to right and reached on an infield hit. 3 hits, 2 infield singles, and a ground single by Cervelli against Shane Green. Shane Green began his big league career last year with the Yankees. Each of his first 2 big league starts, he worked 4 2/3 innings before giving up his first hit of the game. First major league pitcher to do that since Wayne Simpson of the Reds back in 1970. First 2 big league starts, 4 2/3 innings of hitless baseball. There's a line drive toward right field. Oh, what a nice catch by Martinez. J.D. Martinez got over there in a hurry and reached up and made the catch.
J.Hay's certainly got a swing back. He's dinging it now.
Yeah, he is.
A little slice on this ball. Nice play.
2 outs. It was stung by Harrison. He's lined out twice to Martinez in this game.
Still hoping to hit some long balls, Greg.
He gave up 9 homers, 8 home runs last year in 79 innings.
Pitch count's not going to get him out of the game.
60 pitches for 5 2/3 innings.
It's always a tough decision when you have 2 pitchers like this. When do you make the move and get them out of the game to try and score a run? Very difficult for a manager to choose that right moment.
Broken bat, bounce to the second. Kinsler on to first. At a pitcher's duel here. Shane Green for the Tigers, A.J. Burnett for the Bucks. This Tigers-Pirates opening series is presented by Chevrolet. And what a series it has been so far, going back to the opener yesterday. Here 0-0 as we move along to the 7th inning. A.J. Burnett Locked in a pitcher's duel with a younger pitcher. The other side, Shane Green, 26 years old, against the veteran. Here's Nick Castellanos. He has singled and struck out. Strike one. Six, seven, 8 men in the order against Burnett. Castellanos, Avila, Iglesias. And then if anybody reaches the pitcher spot due up. And a shot. Oh, look at that pick by Josh Harrison. And the point from A.J. Burnett.
Iglesias has been making some nice plays out there. And Shehey showing the Tigers shortstop, hey, we can play some defense too. That's a tough play, kind of get an in-between hop. He goes one-handed off to the side and almost feels this ball a little bit behind him.
One out. Alex Avila has grounded out twice. Now Harrison over on the other side of the bag. Ball one.
Mercer will stay up a little bit tight just in case that maybe he was trying to punch a ball that direction, but once he gets a strike, then Mercer will go join his buddies. He'll swing over a little bit.
There he goes. 1 ball, 1 strike after the foul ball. Mercer trots out to deep short over towards second. One ball, 1 strike on Avila. Going to send along our thoughts and wishes to a hospital in the North Hills. Bill Landmeyer, big Bucco fan. John Martin, one of our cameramen, asked us to pass a hello on to a big fan, Bill Landmeyer. Two and one. Pirate shift. Three and one. Spray chart for Alex Avila. These ground balls against right-handers.
Yeah, every one of those is a ground ball, so you can definitely see where he puts the ball. It's to the right side. He loves to pull it on the ground, and most guys do. You'll see that on most hitters. Their ground balls are always at the pull side.
And a 1-out walk. First free pass allowed by A.J. Burnett. First weekly edition of Inside Pirates Baseball. See why the Bucks may be equipped with the best offense in all of baseball. Hear Josh Harrison mic'd up during workouts and much more. Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network tonight after postgame on Root Sports. Nick Leyva, Pirates first base coach and infield coach. And now Clint Hurdle goes to the bullpen phone. Archimedes Caminero is going to begin loosening up in the bullpen.
Be interesting to watch how the bullpen kind of evolves the first month of the season. Guys settle into different roles out there.
Burnett out in front of Iglesias, 0-2.
Cervellis blocking the heck out of those balls tonight, hasn't he? I don't think he's had one bounce more than a couple feet from him. Keeping them all right there. And you know, with AJ, you're going to be challenged. He's going to be dropping a ton of hooks in the dirt out there, and you got to smother him.
Again, this conversation we had today with Jared Hughes about Cervelli, and it says when he catches a low pitch, he catches it at its high point, if that makes any sense. And he also said that he can make at times a pitch sound loud. And I wonder if you have ever heard that or experienced that, where a catcher can actually make a pitch sound loud. This ball's in the air to right. Hughes said that they were out in the bullpen yesterday, and Garrett Cole, one pitch that was swung on and missed. He didn't remember exactly when or who it was, but they all looked up. They thought the ball had been popped up.
Well, absolutely.
Really?
You love catchers that had a lot of times it was their glove, the way that it got broke in.
Right.
And I mean, it was like an explosion every time they caught a fastball. Made you feel like you're throwing 100 miles an hour. You love that noise when you really pop in the glove. That's where that cliche comes from. This guy's really popping the glove.
So it's not the pitcher, it's the catcher.
Well, yeah, it's
right,
because you can throw 100 miles an hour, and if the guy's up there with a pillow,
yeah.
I mean, it's just like there's pitchers that hated that when they were throwing to guys that have a glove that just doesn't make any noise.
There's a big 3-2 pitch, walked him, back to back. He's over the 100 pitch mark.
Now, as far as catching the ball at the high point, I understand that too. If you're throwing a sinker and it is continually going down, the further you let that ball travel to your glove, the lower it's going to be. So if you catch it out in front of you a little bit, get a little arm extension, you're going to catch that ball a little higher than somebody that lets it come way back into them. And so that's going to make it appear that the ball was a little higher than maybe if you caught it deep. Same thing, Greg, I think when the ball is off the plate, breaking toward the strike zone. If that's the case, you want to catch that ball deep because it's coming more and more closer to being a strike. So you don't want to get that out in front. Now, if the ball is breaking off the plate, you want to catch that out, get a little extension. You want to make it look like it didn't travel off the plate as far as maybe it did. Tiny little tricks like that. Even where you catch the ball on the glove. If there's a right-hand hitter, you're a right-hand catcher. If you're catching a ball on the outside corner, if you get it back toward the heel of the glove a little bit, then that's going to make it look like most of the glove is off the plate away. Where if you catch that ball on the web, your glove now is almost entirely in the strike zone. It's got to make the ball look like it's a little
Show that again, Bob, on camera.
Well, if you're here's the glove, and it's on the outside corner. Here's the outside corner. Mm-hmm. If you're catching the ball here, well, most of your glove looks like it's outside. If you're catching a ball out here, then it looks like your glove is all in the strike zone.
That does make sense.
Now, some catchers really can't really do that. I mean, they're better off just making sure they catch the ball. There's those type of catchers. But some guys are so good that they can actually do that. And they'll take little chances maybe with nobody on base.
Fouled for the strikeout. So not able to bunt the runners over, and that's punch out number 8 for A.J. Burnett. As Green bunted a 2-strike pitch foul.
Go to that one more time before we end up. Sometimes with nobody on base, you'll see a catcher on balls that are on the first base side of the plate, and it almost looks like maybe they're being a little lazy or something. You see a ball like tick off their glove and go away. Yeah. Well, maybe they were just trying to catch that ball in the web, so their glove looks like it's all on the
that makes
with nobody
sense.
On base, they'll take that chance and see if they can just snag it.
Ball 1 on Rajay Davis with 2 on and 2 outs. And with Caminero ready, it comes down to cases here for A.J. Burnett and the Pirates. Burnett needs to get Davis. He's He's likely done for the night. Might be anyway. Might be his last batter. Two and 0. Two and 0 on Rajai Davis. He's lined to the warning track in right. Reached on an infield single and bounced out. Big 2-0 pitch. 3-0. That walked just one batter in his first start, and had not walked a man until this 7th inning. And after he got Castellanos to that one hop shot to third, he's walked Avila and Iglesias back to back, and now the strikeout of Shane Green. It's 3-0 on Davis, taking all the way. Burnett, 96 walks last season with the Phillies. Led the league in free passes. 3-1 pitch on its way. And into center field, and the Tigers will take a 1-0 lead. As the throw comes in late, Rajai Davis singles home Alex Avila. A 3-1 pitch.
AJ just he doesn't want to walk him. Goes after him. Got a fastball. He kept it down, but he got a big chunk of the plate, and it looked like it just tipped the glove of Walker.
That will be it for A.J. Burnett. To this point, the 1 run. And an appreciative home crowd. Nobody appreciates it more than A.J. Burnett.
Great job against one of the best offensive teams in baseball.
Baseball's best offense through the first week of the season has been a game changer, keeping the Pirates in it, allowing just the 1 run. And back-to-back strong starts for Burnett.
Definitely. Good control. I think that's the main thing that everybody's looking at right now early in the season, is back in that strike zone, and the answer has got to be yes. He made some really nice pitches on the outside corner with his fastball tonight, really staying away from most of these right-hand hitters, and he had that good hook going. I love the velocity on the curveball tonight. It was up there at 83, 84 mile an hour. That's a nice place. Got a lot of swings and misses of it, I think, because he was throwing it that hard.
Speaking of throwing hard, how about a pick off the first? About 85 miles an hour to Pedro Alvarez. Archimedes Caminero, the flamethrowing right-hander in his first year with the Pirates. Faces Ian Kinsler. Caminero has touched 100 and surpassed 100 a couple of times his first few outings. This is his 5th appearance. Concerned about Rajai Davis, who was picked off earlier in the ball game by Burnett. Caminero acquired from the Marlins over the winter. Check swing, comebacker. And on to first, Archimedes. Caminero strands a pair. So Burnett's book closed. 1 run in 6 2/3 innings on 7 hits. Pirates will be coming to bat. On opening night in the Bird.
Join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Will be leading off. The PMC scoreboard shows you the Tigers now up 1-0. An RBI opening day. Did McCutcheon. That sack flies. He pops us out of play. He tied with Jason Bay for the all-time lead in RBIs at PNC Park, and that is our Barrel Automotive League leader stat. Those other big hitters I could have guessed, but I wouldn't have had Jack Wilson third in the all-time RBI list. He played a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the key.
A lot of at bats.
Yeah. One ball, one strike. McCutcheon, Walker, Hart, the meat of the Pirates order against Shane Green.
Jack Wilson, he had one of those, a little bit of a knack too for getting that. A big hit. Seemed like he was always in the middle of any kind of a comeback late. Whether it was scoring a run, knocking it in.
An impressive start for Shane Green. He has not given up an earned run in his first 2 Tiger starts this season. And to the shortstop, Iglesias. One down. We'd like to welcome Spruce Knob Seneca Rocks viewers in the Riverton, West Virginia area of Pendleton County. Thanks for watching and rooting on your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. Pirates baseball on Root Sports. A thriller yesterday as the bats came out in full force, 3 homers, but pitching in this one. There's a fly ball hit pretty deep to center field. Davis going back to the wall and makes the catch. 2 outs. Speaking of those home runs, our Yellowwood bringing the lumber was Corey Hart. A pinch hit home run yesterday. Pretty nice way to collect your 1,000th career hit. Interestingly enough, his first career home run and hit was a pinch hit home run for the longtime Brewer. First career hit was a home run. Came off Jason Standridge of the Reds at Miller Park, August of 2005. Francisco Liriano, new papa, 4th child, welcomed into the Liriano family. He'll start tomorrow night against Alfredo Simon. Two and one. Two and two. That's Shane Green. Some kind of impressive.
Got a little bit of pain on that one.
Man.
Breaking ball right at the knees, edge of the plate. There it is, number 4. See it on the UPMC strike zone, just perfectly placed. Couldn't have handed it to Avila better.
Left center field, and over is Cespedes, and Davis coming over, and Cespedes will make the catch. With Davis streaking behind him. 1, 2, 3, go the Pirates.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
We are back at PNC Park, and watching at home is Dan, we believe. DJ sends this tweet out, couldn't quite fit the new park seating in here. The man cave, hashtag man cave. It's quite a look at the big couch, the big screen, and the big screen here at PNC Park in front of 31,775. Miguel Cabrera gets a chuckle out of the fans' reaction. Caminero gets a bounce to third.
Yeah, it looked like Cabrera's really been hitting the ball to right almost every at bat these first couple of games, trying to go that way, trying to go. It was like, okay, there's a real hard thrower out there. It was almost a point of pride. I'm gonna pull this guy. So he got a fastball that right down the middle, and 99 mile an hour, and pulls it to third.
Strike is called on J.D. Martinez. Martinez 1 for 3.
Was it Frazier that pulled that 99 mile an hour fastball also?
Yes. Cincinnati. Long foul. Bounce left side. There's Harrison. And 2 outs. Two down in the top of the 8th inning. They'll bring up Cespedes. Pirates down a run. Jimenez Caminero just a couple of cups of coffee with the Marlins.
You look back at his numbers, the thing that has held him back, the ability to throw strikes. Since he's put on the black and gold, that has not been a problem.
Fouled off by Cespedes, the big cut, 98 miles per hour. Rattled Cervelli's cage. Ooh.
That was a 98 mile an hour punch to the face.
Man. He's already suffered one concussion of note in his career. That was 4 years ago in a home plate collision with Nick Markakis of the Orioles.
I get hurt another collision at the plate. Hurt his wrist.
Yeah, fractured his right hand.
Tampa Bay
collision a couple of years ago. 0-2. That's 100 miles per hour. I wonder if down the road Pirate fans will react to Caminero the way Reds fans react to Aroldis Chapman. They see the 3 digits on the scoreboard. There's 101. And there is a reaction. 100 here.
We've got to give him a 101.
Well, our
benefit of the
doubt. Ours is correct. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Two and 2. Jimenez Cespedes, he is 1 for 3. I'll send along a shout out to John Schultz, watching with his dad Tim tonight. Our old buddy Tim Schultz. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. 1-0 Detroit. 8th inning. Fouls off that 100 mile per hour pitch.
I wonder if the pitchers themselves glance up to see how hard they're throwing. Someone must. The guys that get up there at 100 mile an hour. What you want to know?
Yeah,
curiosity.
Yeah. Whoa. Didn't get it, but it was right there.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Wow. Now some are close, but others. That's got a good piece of the strike zone. Clint Hurdle, of course, we've talked about this before. This one area they could see up and down.
Yeah,
right?
from the dugout, you definitely can see up and down. I mean, you can't tell inside, outside.
Oh, he just got tossed.
You know, up and down.
Clint Hurdle just got tossed by David Rackley. Jim Leyland looks from his seat behind home plate. Clint Hurdle ejected. It's pretty funny to see Hurdle arguing with the umpire, and there's right between them.
Right between them, yeah.
The very calm, cool, collected Jim Leyland.
Yeah. Never said much to an umpire.
No.
You know, this, I think it wasn't just this pitch, though. I think there was a kind of a ongoing thing a little bit tonight, perhaps, with, you know, AJ threw some pitches that didn't get called strikes that I'm sure he and the Pirates thought were there. There's Jim. Well, we showed it. That was definitely a strike.
So not happy with those calls. So Dave Joust is going to take over, we believe. 3-2 the count on Cespedes. And they walked him. 3-2 pitch. Walk to Cespedes. Pirates wrap up this home opening series against the Tigers tomorrow. Catch all the action from PNC Park starting at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Here's Nick Castellanos. Now this crowd not real happy with the home plate umpire. But it becomes a moot point. Now Harrison a little bit of trouble getting the ball to his glove, so rather than throw to second, he has to throw to first, but no problem. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-0 Detroit.
This Tigers-Pirates series on Root Sports is presented by Chevrolet.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 1-0 Detroit. 2 more shots for the Pirates. A.J. Burnett was locked in the pitcher's duel with Shane Green. Andrew Romine takes over. Defensive switch at third for Castellanos. Burnett out of there. Shane Green still in there, and what a job he has done. He's retired 12 of the last 13. He's given up 3 hits, 2 infield singles and a ground single to left. One of the hits belonging to Alvarez. Very efficient, just 72 pitches thrown. Now ball right to second. Kinsler on the first.
And that definitely is a ground ball where the shift pays off. In the old days, you play somebody to pull. You have somebody over there in the hole. The second baseman will move way over, but that ground ball up the middle to the second base back, that's the one that would always scoot through. Well, now when you put a shift, there's somebody standing there. Not only somebody in the hole, but somebody playing kind of up, shading up the middle, second base. And that's where the shift pays off.
The left-hander, Tom Gorzolani. Chava Chamberlain, the right-hander, joins him. Cervelli, 1 for 2. Cervelli has a little 6-game hitting streak going to start his Bucco career.
Right away in spring training, watching him hit, the way he goes about the at-bat, you knew he was going to be a good hitter. Seems to be patient and likes to see some pitches.
Oh, 2.
Need a base runner.
Eight in a row retired by Green. First base runner was an infield single with 2 outs in the second. That was the Pedro Alvarez base hit. Josh Harrison had a 2-out infield hit in the third. Cervelli's base hit came with 1 out in the fifth, and then he got Mercer to hit into an inning-ending double play. 1-2-3-6, the 1-2-3-7. He gets the first out in the 8th. Cervelli battles every pitch. Very intense. Struck him out looking. 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah, he took that the breaking ball before that last pitch and just off the plate away. He didn't even do a check swing, no anything. So then they decide, well, if he's going to be taking that pitch, maybe he's going to be too patient on the ball away. We'll see if we can put one on the outside corner, a fastball. And that's what they did. They executed. They had a nice plan after Cervelli took that breaking ball just off the plate away. And you know, that, as I said before, that's only half of it. Knowing what you should do, but then you have to execute the pitch. Green put it right there on the outside.
Line drive. What a play by Kinsler! Ian Kinsler robs Jordy Mercer, one of the hardest hit balls by a Pirate all night. great images from the Allegheny Health Network Supermo. A cool evening, 31,775 to see the first night game on the home schedule, and also getting the look of Shane Green, outstanding young pitcher for the Detroit Tigers, acquired in a 3-team deal over the winter with the Arizona Diamondbacks involved. Didi Gregorius went to the Yankees. Tigers traded Robbie Ray and a minor leaguer to the Diamondbacks, and Detroit got Shane Green. Alex Avila. And they did change the rotation. Scherzer went the free agent route to the Washington Nationals. They picked up Alfredo Simon in a deal. They traded Porcello to get Cespedes. Joakim Soria is the closer while Joe Nathan is out. Shane Green due up third. Looks like his night is complete, and 8 strong innings for Shane Green.
Really a challenge sometimes for even the clubs that spend big money to try and piece together all the different things you need in a certain type of budget, that you try to make some trades where you can maybe save some money if you can bring in a younger player and hope it works out. And it looks like they did a great job getting Green.
Another pitch that Cervelli thought they had. Turns, says something.
It's close. You get called to strikes occasionally. You see the one that's number 4, just right there. Those kind there, those are 50-50. Nothing 50-50 about that one. That should have been strike 3.
Boy. Monero not getting any help from David Rackley.
There you see it.
Clint Hurdle was ejected last inning. And a pitch that should have been a strike called was not. 3-2 count. And to the right side, up shallow right is Walker. Nissan Road ahead. We've already mentioned that Francisco Liriano will make his second start of the season tomorrow night, and Alfredo Simon will make his second start. The former Cincinnati Red. Alfredo Simon goes up against Francisco Liriano in the concluding game of this series. Tomorrow night, Nissan Road ahead, right here at PNC Park. Here's Jose Iglesias. Broken bat, base hit into center. And heading to second. That is there.
You'd never like to see that. Single to center turned into a double. I'm guessing Iglesias really came flying out of the... not really. Just kind of jogged down there, and then at the last second decided to turn it on. You can see when he came around first base, he was barely jogging, but in his mind, he looked out there and thought, well, they're ignoring me. They don't really think I'll go to second. But I don't know if touch him off it or.
Well, he's pretty deep. Broken bat. for Iglesias. Hustling double.
Yeah, but he didn't really hustle on it, though. It was a hustling double, but he basically jogged the first.
And he hustled the second.
I think it was like he stole second.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that describes that play more than anything else. It was like a delay steal of second base. A delay steal works because nobody's paying attention to you. And that's what happened there, basically.
Here's Victor Martinez to pinch hit for Shane Green, a switch hitting designated hitter. Pinch hit yesterday against Mark Melancon. With the Tigers down a run, struck out to end the ball game. Shane Green goes 8 innings, allows 3 singles, 2 of them infield hits, strikes out 3, and does not walk a batter. His first 2 starts for the Tigers, he goes 16 innings, allowing 1 unearned run.
I wonder if Iglesias did us a favor by getting second base. If he goes to first, maybe Green's still in the game. Possible. He's up there bunting right now. Maybe not. You don't think so?
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe you're right.
See how it works out.
Yeah.
That's one of the I touched on it before. That those decisions that the manager has to make when you have 2 pitchers like tonight out there doing the job, pitching. Sometimes you have to think, what's more important? Leaving him out there or trying for a run? In this case, the Tigers, their situation, an insurance run out at second base, they're gonna go for it, see if they can get it home.
Two and one. Dave Joust, been a coach on Clint Hurdle's staff for a couple years, but now taking on essentially a bench coach role. The Pirates aren't calling him that. They don't have a bench coach per se. Jeff Bannister would automatically run the club after Hurdle would be tossed, but we believe Joust, along with Ray Searage, kind of running things now. 2 and 2.
Shot there, you can see the Pirates playing the pole on the ground and slightly hit the other way in the air. You can see cuts over on the left field side, but the shortstop playing right up the middle. Goes back to those spray charts. On the ground, most guys will pull in the air. They usually have a little bit of a tendency to go the other way. You can see it reflected in that shot from behind home plate.
Still 2 and 2 on Victor Martinez. Pinch hitting for Shane Green with Iglesias at second, 1 out. At the bottom of this 9th inning, pitcher spot due up, then Josh Harrison and Gregory Polanco. Shane Green Standing now next to David Price. Habanero strikes out Martinez.
Speed pitch, splitter, I guess.
Probably. Off speed at about 90. Yep. Split finger fastball from Caminero.
Essentially a changeup.
Now Rajay Davis, but here comes Dave Jouse. We'll make a pitching change here. Rob Scahill loosening in the bullpen. A double switch. Andrew Lambeau going out to right to replace Corey Hart. We'll be back. This beautiful ballpark on opening night. 31,775. Andrew Lambeau comes on to play right field. Corey Hart out of the ball game. So this double switch will have Lambeau batting first in the bottom of the ninth, and Scahill takes over in the fifth spot of the order, which had been Corey Hart's.
Scahill numbers on the year.
Another hard thrower.
Came up when Morton ended up going on the disabled list.
Having some fun at PNC Park tonight. First night game of the year.
A couple runs next time.
Oh, yeah.
We're really going to have a good time.
Caminero goes 2+. One walk, one strikeout, gave up a hit. Faced 8 men. Make his way to Rob Scahill. Scahill was originally slated for AAA Indianapolis, but just before the season started, the Pirates placed Charlie Morton on the disabled list, meaning that Vance Worley, who was going to be in the bullpen initially, went into the rotation. Needed a bullpen arm. Scahill, the man. We saw him in spring training. Pirates picked him up in a trade over the winter from the Rockies. Strike one on Rajay Davis, who has 2 hits and the only RBI of the game.
looking on with everybody else. The Pirates can get one more out and have that great celebration, hopefully in the bottom of the ninth.
Cervelli going to talk things over here with Scahill. Liriano tomorrow night. Rob Scahill pitched parts of 41 games out of the bullpen for the Rockies the previous 3 years. Feels like here in Pittsburgh he could be more aggressive in this ballpark. It's 2-2.
I'd much rather pitch here.
Yeah. I was talking to him the other day about the defense behind him here, those 3 speedy outfielders. He agreed, but he also said he had a pretty darn good outfield in Denver with Carlos Gonzalez, with Charlie Blackmon, Corey Dickerson. He said they can really go get it. And the infield, spectacular. 2-2 pitch. 3-2. Scahill from Lombard, Illinois. Check swing foul. Davis has been with a handful of teams.
These are those situations that make being a reliever so much more difficult than being a starter. You have to stop that run from scoring. It's like every pitch you make has to be a perfect pitch. A starting pitcher earlier in the ball game, not necessarily like that. If you give up a run in the 3rd inning, it's not the end of the world. But right now, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 3 balls up there or not. You're still just trying to hit the edge of the strike zone with everything. Tight 1-run ball game.
Still 3-2 on Rajai Davis. Pirates drafted him back in 2001 in the 38th round. Joakim Soria getting ready to close things out in the bottom of the 9th, hoping Davis can supply him with yet another run. And it's still 3-2.
Saw Cervelli set up inside and then jump away. Just, you never know. In case they're trying to give location from second base. They did it again.
All 4. 2 on for Ian Kinsler. Kinsler 0 for 4 with a line out, a strikeout, a ball to the warning track in right center, and a check swing bouncer back to the mound. He was the first man that Caminero faced.
Great diving catch on a line drive.
Robbing
Mercer's
Neil
bat. It was Mercer.
Yeah, you're right. It was Mercer. Strong defensive player is Kinsler. Traded from Texas for Prince Fielder before last year. Kinsler hit .275 his first year in Detroit with 17 homers, drove in 92, scored 100 runs. One and one. Kinsler is no day at the beach, but you do not want to have to face the man on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kinsler. Ground ball and a base hit to left field. Polanco up with it, gunning toward the plate. It'll be late, and it is 2-0 Detroit.
Yeah, that was a run the Pirates could ill afford to give up. The mound in the bottom of the ninth just got a little bit taller.
First baseman,
It was a pretty good pitch, outside corner, pulled it, put it on the ground. Could have been a routine ground ball, but it was well placed in the hole. If you're going to knock in a run from second base, you always want it to be one of those ground ball base hits. Takes a while for it to get out to the outfielder.
Strike on Cabrera. 1 for 4 in this one. It's 8 RBIs on the year already for Kinsler. Caminero charged with the run. Oh, and 2. The other way. Lambeau over and out of play. It stays 0-2 on Cabrera, coming off that great series in Cleveland. Just before coming to Pittsburgh, the Tigers swept the series against the Indians, and Cabrera 11 hits in that series, 2 home runs. First player in 20 years with 11 hits and 2 homers in a 3-game series. And the first American leaguer to do it in 86 years. Rondell White, the Montreal Expos, and Mike Piazza of the Dodgers both pulled off that feat in 1995. That's foul. Willie Stargell had a series like that in June of 1966 against Houston. 11 hits and 3 home runs in a 3-game series.
Houston always had a real good pitching also.
It remains 1-2 on Cabrera. A run in. Cabrera and the Tigers look for more.
Cabrera had a bat like this yesterday that finally struck out on. Saw a ton of pitches.
It was the one that Clint Hurdle was talking about before the game today against Garrett Cole. Classic duel.
Scahill's about to throw his 20th pitch.
And strikes out Cabrera looking. Bucks down 2 going to the bottom of the ninth. Pirates hosting the Tigers in the opening home series. Pirates beat the Tigers, held on 5-4 yesterday, now trying to come back in the bottom of the 9th inning. And happy birthday. Hoping the Pirates can come back against Joakim Soria. Be a nice birthday present. Soria 2 for 2 save opportunities, taking over for the injured Joe Nathan, a veteran right-hander who was acquired last summer from the Texas Rangers. Andrew Lambeau's first at bat came on part of the double switch on the top of this 9th. Strike one. We were watching yesterday. Robbie Smokowski talked to Andrew Lambeau's mom. She was on hand to see his first opening day. Strike two.
You hear all the boos in the background. Nobody really is agreeing much on the balls and strikes right now. That was very borderline pitch with the way the Tigers.
Soria stabs it. One out. "11 straight Pirates have been retired and 16 of the last 17. Green, 2 outs away from starting his Tiger career 2-0. Harrison 1 for 3, but he's lined out twice to right. Cool customer on the mound, isn't he? Shane Green.
Yeah, he really never really showed hardly any emotion. But I mean, there was never any position where he never really got pushed.
And Harrison didn't like that call, and you can understand why. Called a strike. He was out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. And back to Soria. 2 outs. The veteran Soria, one-time closer with the Royals. Starting his first full year with the Tigers. Gregory Polanco trying to get on for McCutchen. Strike one.
There's no clock ticking away to tell you when the game's over. You always have a chance as long as you get a strike left. You have to put some hits together now with 2 outs. You got the middle of the lineup coming up. Hutchin and Walker next. Pitcher spot.
One count on Polanco. Polanco and a fly ball to right. Martinez puts it away. Shane Green and Joakim Soria combine on a 3-hit masterpiece, flanking the Pirates 2-0.
It was an absolute masterpiece. I just said a few moments ago that Pirates never in a position to even push Green a little to see if maybe he'd get a little nervous, maybe crack out there. But the young man did nothing but make his pitches all night long, executed. An absolute great job. Pitches like that all year with their offense, he's going to rack up a lot of W's. Got 2 already.
So Soria gets the save. A tough luck loss for A.J. Burnett as the Pirates fall to the Tigers 2-0, and the series even at a game apiece. Robin Teak sent it out to them.
Greg and Bob, thank you very much. And Teak, the guys just talked about it, a great pitcher's duel. I mean, A.J. Burnett and Shane Green hooking up and matching each other pitch for pitch, different styles, and then finally A.J. Green, or A.J. Burnett, A.J. Green, the wide receiver. A.J. Burnett gives up a run there in the 7th inning, and then, of course, they add on one more. But a great pitcher's duel to watch tonight.
Yeah, it was, and it was 2 guys basically just going toe-to-toe the whole night long. A.J. was outstanding. You know, the first 6 innings, I mean, he's putting the ball exactly where he wants it to. And then Green was doing the same thing on the other side. So, I mean, you know, you look at Green, you don't know a whole lot about him. All you do is know he was involved in that offseason trade. But now you see why the Detroit Tigers are so interested in getting him. And, you know, A.J. Burnett coming back to the Pirates. So, you know, it's been one of those deals where 2 guys that pitched really, really well. Somebody had to lose. Unfortunately, A.J. Burnett came up with a couple of walks in the 7th inning, and that was, you know, the one chance that the Tigers had to get to him, and they were able to capitalize.
Yep. And Shane Green in 2 starts as a member of the Tigers, 16 innings, no earned runs, only 7 hits allowed, and 1 walk. He has been dominant in his first 2 starts for the Tigers as the Pirates and Detroit have split the first 2 games in this 3-game set. Detroit winning by the score of 2-0. Extended highlights, post-game reaction, Teak's analysis. So look forward to the rubber game of the 3-game set tomorrow, all coming up next on Pirates Postgame.